So today I want to talk about the top 5 reasons that people are leaving California in droves. I mean droves. Over 100,000 of them a year from California to Texas and from everywhere else, and why they're doing it. The top 5 reasons you Californians, including myself, are moving from California, packing your bags, and getting the heck out of Dodge. Stay tuned because we're starting right now. Welcome back, y'all. I'm Debbie Dobbins. I am your host for this episode of Your Wichita Falls. And if you spend any time on this channel, which I hope you do, and if you don't, please subscribe so you can be updated every time we upload a new video. You know that I love Wichita Falls. Why? Well, because there's a ton of reasons, and you can explore the channel and you'll find out why. But I also am a born and bred Southern California girl. You probably know that if you spend any time on this channel as well. And why on earth would I leave beautiful sunny Southern California for Texas? Well, guess what? I'm not alone. I am not alone, and I hear all the reasons why people don't. From my kids won't go, my husband won't let me, or my wife won't let me, or my parents are in California, and I think, all of that. None of those reasons are good enough, in my opinion, about why you would stay there. Ugh. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I digress. The top 5 reasons I just wanted to share why Californians they're flocking to Texas. And they're flocking here not only from California, but Washington and Oregon and Colorado and, oh my goodness gracious, so many other places. And they're moving to states like here. We are in the top 3 states that are the fastest growing because of the exodus from the left and the right coast, especially California, are Utah and Idaho. But the fact is that there's a very specific reason for that. And those people on the West Coast, I call it the left coast, have lost their ever-loving minds in a lot of different ways, starting with the number 1 reason, and that is the cost of houses. Oh my gosh, I feel like the kid from Home Alone. The cost of housing, everybody knows across the country that the cost of housing has skyrocketed in the last couple of years. And there are plenty of videos on this channel to explain why that's happened. And I am here to tell you, unfortunately, that those houses are not going to plummet. Those prices are not going to plummet. They're going to flatten out, but at the end of the day, they're not coming down. And they're not coming down in Texas because y'all keep coming. So the demand is still there and the lack of inventory is still there, so that's okay. We welcome you. We welcome you if you leave all of that mindset that generated that problem over there in the first place. But think about this. Housing costs are 59% higher in California than they are in basically all of Texas, and much lower here in Wichita Falls, because this channel is about Wichita Falls. And if you've explored the channel, you know that we have one of the lowest cost of livings in all of America. So that being said, the cost of housing in Texas overall is so much lower than it is in California, and you get more for your money. So the houses in California are like this and they cost $1 million, and the houses like this in Texas cost $1 million. Which one do you want? Actually, the ones in Texas are about this big and they cost $500,000 because the cost of housing is insane in California. They have lost their minds across the country with these prices, but in that state particular, it's out of control. And that also means that the rents are higher as well, because when an investor buys a property, they then make that rent equivalent to what they bought it for so that they can make their cash flow. So if you are feeling that crunch in California and you're one of those people that has been straddling the fence thinking about whether or not I should move to Texas, you might want to get on the bandwagon and get your behind here. And that's reason number 1 why people are moving from California to Texas, and especially into my little neck of the woods, because oh my gosh, housing still is amazing. We have a report just came out from our local Association of Realtors. The average cost for a home in Wichita Falls is $180,000, which is crazy compared to what you are paying in so many of these other areas, even in the Dallas Metroplex. So if you want to find Amazing housing, a great community. This is where you want to be. Now, the number 2 reason that people are flocking out of California into Texas is, as I just said, the lower cost of living here. Oh my gosh. If you're from California and you're watching this video, raise your hand, even though I can't see you, when you are absolutely flabbergasted at $7 a gallon for gas or more. The cost of living includes those things, including housing, shelter, food, clothing, energy costs. So all of those things are at least 75 to 50% lower here than they are in California. When I lived in California, I used to absolutely be shocked when I would come and visit a family member here in Texas and the gas prices were almost half of what they are in California. If you're getting fatigue from going to the pump and paying over $7 a gallon, and you've got a big gas guzzling car, I know we all talk about electric cars and some of you can't afford that right now and you're still having to go with fossil fuel. Guess what? The cost of living here in the great state of Texas, in the Metroplex, in the areas that people are living, and especially in Wichita Falls, ooh, so much lower. I went to the gas station, I don't know, the other day it was $3 a gallon, and I get a discount because of where I shop, and sometimes I get up to $1 off. So can you imagine paying $2 a gallon for gas when you're actually paying $7 a gallon, $7 or $8 a gallon? Oh my gosh. And of course, I've done videos all over this channel with the cost of groceries are less here, especially in Wichita Falls. It's cheaper to barbecue here. Check out those videos because it's absolutely phenomenal how much the cost of living impacts your overall lifestyle. And that being said, the number 3 reason that people are moving in droves from California to Texas, and this is the greatest thing that the pandemic did for all of us, was gave employers an opportunity to see that you can work remotely. Oh my gosh, I'm all about the side hustle. I'm all about the gig economy. You can watch all the videos that I've shared about that on this channel because I believe in entrepreneurship. I believe in making as much money in abundance for you and for your family as you can be happy with. There's no need to struggle in this world. I promise you, it's all a mental thing. And I know you're sitting there going, oh no, I have a different situation. That's a different video. So the greatest thing, as I said, that came out of this pandemic was that employers understood that you can work remotely. Now, for those of you that have paid any attention to my videos at all, you know that I was a corporate trainer, that I traveled the world before I came to Texas the second time, teaching leadership and how to be good managers all over the world. And the primary thing that I said over and over and over to these businesses is you need to have people be able to telecommute, which is now our lingo for remote working. The thing is that if you are an employee and you are able to work remotely or telecommute, you are happier, you are more productive, you create more benefit for your employer than someone that's chained literally to a desk. So this whole notion that so many people can work remotely now, it came as a necessity from this pandemic, but it stayed as a benefit. And I just heard that Elon Musk doesn't really like that. So I'm like, I want to call Elon and say, hey, Elon, that's not really the most beneficial that you can be for your employers. Apparently Twitter's people don't ever come to the office. And so there's a big conversation about whether or not he's going to make them work in the office. I can tell you that people are so much more productive. And also, what a great opportunity for you, if you can work remotely, to live wherever you want. That's another reason that people can now move to Texas from California, get the heck out of Dodge, and still have an amazing lifestyle because you're getting paid basically California wages and you're paying Texas prices. What? That is a win-win for everybody. The 4th reason that people are moving in droves from Southern California is the rural lifestyle and safety. You know, one of the biggest things that's going on, and if you watch any kind of news media, one of the top issues in our country today is safety and security. The bigger the city, I hate to say this, I didn't make this statistic, I'm not in charge of why that is, but you get a condensed amount of people, the larger the populace of an area, the higher the crime rate. It just is. I don't know if people can't get along. I don't know if there's not enough law enforcement, all of those things. I'm not going to get into a political conversation about that. But what I do want to say is that there is so much pushback now in the world, in big urban cities, to be into a much more rural or suburban area. So it started when I was young. I noticed you'd start in a city, so it started with Los Angeles, and then it expands out to like a Pasadena. If you're in California, and then it goes out to a Covina, then it goes out to a Pomona, and it ended up being Temecula, California for me. And what happens is that's just your suburbs that are pushing out and pushing out and pushing out. Well, we have a lot of land. I don't know if you've noticed this, but Texas is a big place. We used to be a country, thank you very much. And the fact is that there is so much opportunity for people to spread out, to live in a more rural or more suburban area, that they desire that. They desire that. Why? They desire that for their kids, so that their kids feel safe. They feel like they can let them play out in the front yard. I remember as growing up, our parents would say, go out there and don't come back until the street lights come on. The fact is that it's so amazing how we are moving our mindsets to be in a place that is open, that is free, that is safe. Because the less people you have, and that's one of the things that people love about Texas in general, but Wichita Falls in particular, because we have a smaller community and less crime, less incidences of people hurting your family, your children, your parents, your grandparents. It's just phenomenal how much of a drive there is for people to get away from larger cities and move to a much more rural community. And last but not least, the number 5 reason for why people move from California to Texas. We have no income tax. Holy moly. I don't know about you, but I'm not the biggest fan of taxes. We have lower taxes overall. We have lower sales taxes. We have no income taxes. We have higher property taxes, and I've talked about that in a couple of videos. But between the income taxes that you pay for the state of California, on top of the federal government, and then all of the accessory taxes, including the gas tax and the sales tax and all the other taxes that they come up with in California, cigarette, I don't know. I just don't even pay attention to California taxes anymore because I don't have to. But there's so many taxes in that state, and it's also not a business-friendly state because their taxes are super high as well. They're passing that price of those taxes onto you as the consumer. Overall, you're paying less in taxes in Texas than you are in California. Whoop, whoop. I don't know about you, but that is an absolute definitive reason about why I would want to live here, which I do. And so I just wanted to give you an insight as to if you're thinking about being in California and moving to Texas. Sure, are the beaches great? Fabulous. Are the mountains great? Absolutely. We have beaches here, we have mountains. They're not mountains like the San Gabriel Mountains, but they're absolutely stunning. We've got great wineries here. You can go down to Corpus Christi down there in Houston and you feel like you're almost on the Caribbean. So if you're thinking that you're gonna give up all of these things, which what I found when I was living in California, I didn't do half of them anyways, they just sounded really good. You can flip through your phone or figure out how you can reminisce about all those great memories that you have in California, but building new memories here and enjoying all the beauty and the magnificence and the people and, oh, did I mention the politics? Oh, I won't do that. I'll do that in another video. The idea that we love our communities, We spend so much time supporting the people that live here. What a breath of fresh air that is. So I'm so excited about sharing with people that are possibly on the fence in California wanting to move here. And guess what? Most of you are selling your houses in California and you have all enough money to pay cash for a brand new house here, so you don't have to worry about all those crazy interest rates. So if you're interested in learning more about moving to Texas, particularly moving to Wichita Falls or the Dallas Metroplex area, schedule a Zoom meeting with me in the first comment link below, and I will share everything I know about how to get from there to here in the easiest way possible. And as I always say, stay tuned for the next 2 videos that are coming up, and y'all come back now. You hear?